I wanted to give a testimony, okay? When I lived in Abbott Village, okay, I had a dream that my son came to me with the Bible and gave me, when I opened the Bible, it had a check in it. And then 2 days later, it was a check in the mail. Then I had a dream that I was running around looking at houses. Then from there, I was a born again Christian. I was sold out for Jesus. I was 100% sold out for Christ. There was no games, no jokes, no messing around. I was 100% Christian. Then my daughter, my oldest daughter, had a dream. I had a blue house. My oldest daughter said to me, "Mom, I had a dream you had a blue house." So I said, "Well, I've been thinking about buying a house, but your stepfather don't want to buy a house. He wants to live free." So one day, when I got my income tax check, I went out and started looking for a house. I went to a realtor, and we started looking. Her name was Mrs. Lois, and she was a white lady. And Mrs. Lois went around with me looking for a house. And we finally found a blue house. I wasn't even noticing. It was a blue house. It was on Lois Avenue. And it was 864 Lois Avenue. And we bought that house. But I brought it by myself. My ex-husband, they want nothing to do with buying a house. He was like, "I ain't buying no house." He did not want to buy a house. So a lady named Rita co-signed for me, and we brought the house. I brought the house and moved all my kids into the house. I put water wall carpeting. I fixed up the kitchen a little bit. All I needed to do was redo the bathroom. And I bought a swimming pool. I put 2 sets of swings. I built a tree house. I even threw down a driveway from the front all the way to the back. So God was blessing me because I was a serious 100% sold out Christian for God. Everything was God in my life. Okay, I woke up thinking about God. I went to sleep thinking about God. I eat thinking about God. I take a shower thinking about God. I use the bathroom, okay, to take a shit thinking about God. I mean, I went to church faithfully. I ain't go to one church. Sometimes I went to 3 or 4 churches. Okay, I was trying to be in church every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I try to be in church as much as possible. Because my church only had church twice a week. Okay? So I was in church. I was with Spanish people. I was with black people. I was with white people. I was going to church. I was sold out. I mean, my dancing, my partying was church. I was dancing in the spirit, talking in tongues, sold out for Jesus. And then the house, I brought it. You know what I mean? I was sold out for Christ. You know, I went out there and bought a house. Even my ex-sister-in-law was like, "Well, I want to buy the house down the corner from you." I said, No. Don't move on my block because I don't want no trouble with your family. Because they all going to want to come around here. And I don't feel like dealing with your aunts and your brother and none of them. So she bought a house in Pennsauken. I led her in the right direction. Okay, the same way somebody led me in the right direction, I led her in the right direction. They taught me, I taught her. Understand? I even took her to church to serve the Lord. You know, so the most thing was that I went to church. When I went to church, a Hispanic lady said to me, "God has gave you a house, but he made sure he gave you a house with bars." I said, "Why?" She said, "Because you needed to be protected." I said, "Why?" And the lady was preaching, and she spoke to me in front of the whole church in Moisoto Lasa's church, and she said, "God gave you a house with bars, And he blessed you with that house because you had hardly no down payment. You didn't have no one to help you. Not even your husband wanted to help you. But God permitted you to have a house. God made a way for you to have a house. And you was even paying a low mortgage. And I looked up at her and I had to really think about that. Because I was only paying $600 mortgage. I was only, had $2,000 down for the house. And it was like a miracle, really. And then the co-signer was one of the ladies, an older lady. And she said, God has been blessing you. He makes ways for you to get what you need. God has been moving in your life. And that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. God was blessing me and everything. Do you know that my ex-husband said, no, you got all this because of me, because I'm Muslim. I said, no, I got all this because I used my income tax money to pay for it. Okay, and a friend from church co-signed for me when you didn't want to help me. When you didn't want a house. You wanted to stay living in Abbott Village paying $47 rent. Understand? So the lady in church, she was talking to me and she told me, God gave you a house with bars so you can be protected. I didn't know they were robbing me. For all I know, while me and my kids were in church, these santeros were probably breaking into my house in Abbott Village, robbing me. And they were probably breaking into my house in Lois Avenue, robbing me too. Because one of the bars were missing off one of the railings. And they were squeezing in there, robbing shit. Okay, because I would go home and I wouldn't find clothes. But I wouldn't understand what was going on at the time because I was a Christian. I didn't think the devil was real. You know what I mean? I didn't know that Satan had all these spirits running around. I didn't know that santeros were using spirits to break into people's houses, to guide people into people's houses, take them by the hand, how to get in and how to rob them and how to get back out without getting caught. I didn't know they were stalking me. I didn't know they were following me around all over the place. I went all the way to New York to get delivered, and they were still robbing me. They did a lot of nasty, disgusting things. And the people who follow me were the people from North Camden. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So these spirits have been doing a lot of shiesty, disgusting things. You got caught. It might have took me 20, 30 years to catch you. But I caught you. Now I know how dirty you are. I know how sneaky and conniving you are. I know how poor you really are. Because you might be driving a new car. And you might be wearing some clothes you robbed somebody else for. But now I know you're poor. You're hungry. You ain't shit. You got to rob another poor person. That means you killed my father and my mother for all this satanic activity you was doing. Over jealousy. I don't trust no one. And the way you possess people with all this santeria.